Did you hear that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've got a lot to go over. I'm going to break this into 2 videos, probably one tonight, maybe one tomorrow, if I can finish it out. First, let's start with a couple months ago. I kind of had to make a pretty hard decision, and that was to really just quit doing everything else that did not involve being outside in the woods trying to get evidence. We quit doing the podcast. Haven't done any interviews. I haven't really done much of anything except focus on what's going on here. And the reason why that is because they're about to basically level a lot of the woods that is directly behind my property. Now I think it won't be directly behind, but it'll be catty corner. It's going to cause some problems. Altogether, I think it's like 10 acres, but altogether this project that they're doing is over 100 acres. I'm not exactly sure where all that's going to be. So I got very concerned that I was running out of time. And I started going in the woods anywhere in between 4 to 7 nights a week. These past, I don't know how many videos it is now, 4 or 5 videos over the past couple of months of really good activity. I'm not getting activity every night I go back there. Some weeks it takes me going out 7 nights a week in order to accomplish getting that, right? There's also a lot of other things going on personally. Nothing really bad. The whole situation with them leveling a lot of the woods has really made us think about the possibility we might have to move. So I'm going to have to do a lot of work around here. But beyond that, a couple years ago, several years ago actually, my wife and I decided we had 2 perfect children and that we were done having children. Not so much, apparently. I went through the process of taking care of that situation so we didn't have to worry. And then my wife really felt like she wanted to have more children. We looked into other options. Those didn't work. So we have started IVF. That's what we've been doing for like the past 2 weeks. Dealing with giving her a lot of shots. She hasn't felt good. I had a procedure yesterday. She had hers today. Everything went good so far. Everything looks great. Now, I'm bringing this up because I was supposed to go to the Molina Festival again this year. I've been 2 years in a row. It's been great. Angie Williamson, she's the one that's been putting it all together every year. That's where we met Lloyd. You know, he's a valuable team member now. It's been a great experience, but unfortunately this year I was scheduled to go but could not go. And also, I've taken like the past 2 weeks off to focus on all this other stuff, right? And if we're going to be here, I'm going to have to build a whole nother room. We're going to have to finish our basement. A lot going on. But it's really, really panned out when it comes to the research going on here and the activity I've had here. I probably only have, if I'm lucky, maybe another month before I won't have hardly any activity. You know, I don't even know when they're going to start clearing this stuff out. But the last couple videos, the last one I believe was from the night that I saw what I believe to be a juvenile, and then I had the objects thrown at me. Now, what happened after that, I thought I overstepped. I thought I messed up because of how close these throws were, right? I thought maybe I ticked them off accidentally. I didn't mean to walk up on one. I had turned off all the lights on the outside. I'd gone out a different gate, and just by circumstance, I believe there was an armadillo out there right where they were at that probably muffled the sound of me walking up. Then again, they could have done it on purpose for all I know. The end result is very, very close throws. That kind of made me feel uncomfortable. So I gave it a few days off, or I was supposed to anyway. That happened on a Thursday. Um, Friday, I didn't do anything. Saturday, I wasn't going to do anything. And I wound up having activity on the side of my property, um, getting vocals and some more rhythmic tapping. But here's the problem with that. I am still not good enough with programs like Audacity yet. I have come to the conclusion I'm going to have to find someone that I can pay to actually amplify and spend time on some of the audios I have. I have neither the time nor the patience to sit down and figure out everything there is to know about audio programs. Okay. I did, it was just by sheer brute force and stubbornness that I figured out videos, right? I've never been super into technology. I've gained a love and passion for it here recently over the past, couple of years from doing this type of work, but I still struggle with audio. So all that stuff that happened then, I will release a video on that probably tomorrow or the day after. I've been sitting on some of it, trying to refine, making it better to where you can hear. Okay. So that happened. And then for a week, I didn't really do anything at all. A lot of it was intentional. A lot of it was with things that were going on around here that we had to take care of, that I had to take care of. And there were a couple nights where it seemed like there was probably activity. There was throwing and stuff. Things sound like breaking and all, but I didn't even respond. Okay. I intentionally gave things time to cool off. Well, night before last, it finally got so obvious to where I had to go out. That, and I was scheduled, I didn't have to go to work the next day. I had my surgery to do the next morning so I could stay up later. So, I'm going to show you guys what happened night before last, okay? So, just to start with, this is my front porch, right? I was sitting right here, and there was a very loud break over here. This is the fence that goes around my property. And do I have a green, a better green, a bigger green? I guess it don't matter. But this is all woods, right? So there's a very loud break right here. So I went and got all my stuff, my night vision phone and the thermal, and I walked out here towards this gate. I was going to go out of this gate right here. And right when I got to about right here, I heard something, a loud noise behind the house. And it sounded like something hit the side of the house, is what it sounded like to me. So let's just start from there, where you'll see right after I hear the loud break, I decide to go get my stuff. I'm walking out to the gate to go to the woods, and I hear something, what sounds like something hit the side of my house, and I'll show you what the cameras picked up. All right.
All right, I heard a pretty loud crack over in that direction. It's been a while. I am going out tonight. Sound like something behind the house.
obviously there was sound like something hit somewhere on the house behind the camera, and then there's like a very deep sounding gruff, "Ugh," right? I definitely think, and it felt like after when I went down behind the house, kind of felt like I was dealing with an adult. That voice is definitely familiar, and I definitely believe that was an adult. Okay, so that happens. I go out of my gate, make my way down to my sitting spot. Right now, I do something different. Usually, I take the night vision camera and I put it on the log right here so it can see me sitting right here. Okay. Well, this time I decided to put it back here to get a wider field of view facing my direction. Unfortunately, I had some bad luck with the night vision camera. What I didn't realize was when I was hitting the button, it wasn't recording but for a couple seconds and then saying that the files were filled up. I had too many videos on there already. So there's no night vision recording from that night because I screwed up and didn't check my memory. But I set the camera up right here. I sit down, I do a couple wood knocks, I wait around, not much happens, but there is like a light breeze. There is a few things that kind of felt like throws. There did sound like some movement, but with the light breeze, I wasn't super sure. But as I'm standing there, I'm facing towards the camera, and something sounds like there's a step from back here somewhere, and then a throw that lands in between me and the camera. And I'm still like, is that a throw? So let's check that out first, okay? Unfortunately, no night vision camera, but you can definitely hear the throw.
Was that a throw?
Like that. After that happened, I sat around for a long time. There was still more kind of movement, but nothing specific. And eventually, things got pretty obvious. There was what sounded like something was showing its butt down by the creek. It was sounded like it broke a tree and then was walking around and like dragging a limb or something. Very, very obvious stuff. Definitely not activity from other animals. That happened a couple times, and then the activity stopped. And then, right when I was getting ready to go, there was there was a really weird sound, like a vocal of some sort that I can't identify, don't know what it was, but there was definitely very obvious wood knocks. So they were definitely down there. I definitely believe with everything together, it was probably an adult.